Mysteries, conspiracies, and overall thrillers are something that we're all a big fan of, and today we'll be walking you through one such interesting case. Gabriel's mother was sentenced to prison for removing him from Arizona and prevented his father from obtaining custody of him, but he has never been found. The family had been told all along that SAPD was looking for the youngster until last year. In this video, we'll look at the case of the missing baby Gabriel. So let's get this video started. In January 2010, Gabriel Johnson's father reported him missing in Tempe, Arizona. Elizabeth Johnson, baby Gabriel's mother, allegedly tried to place him for adoption without his father's permission, according to police. Gabriel was last seen alive in a motel with his mother in San Antonio, Texas. Johnson told the FBI that she gave baby Gabriel to a couple at a San Antonio park because the family who wanted to adopt him had planned for it. She showed me the cross streets to the park after I informed them of my address. That was how I discovered the park, Gabriel's mother, Elizabeth Johnson, stated. Part of the reason SAPD investigators believe Gabriel is dead is what she did next. She texted Gabriel's father, Logan McQueary, to inform him that Gabriel had been killed. I wanted to inflict pain on him. That was the only option I had. I held him responsible for the fact that I had given my baby away. It was something I wanted to do on my own. I held him responsible for ruining my life. Since the first time I met him, he has dragged me down and taken everything from me, Johnson stated this in 2010. A text message saying she threw Gabriel's body in the motel dumpster prompted a massive search by state, municipal, and federal law enforcement personnel in San Antonio. No evidence of a homicide was discovered. There's nothing to do with baby Gabriel. Back in 2010, Chief William McManus of the San Antonio Police Department stated, but as Chief William McManus repeatedly stated on television, there has always been a missing persons case in San Antonio. This case comes to a somewhat melancholy finish. The good news is that there has been no homicide so far. The bad news is that the investigation is still ongoing. Back in 2010, Chief McManus stated the following: "We want to cover every facet of the homicide inquiry, as well as the investigation into missing persons. We don't want any of it to be exposed." That was 12 years ago, and Gabriel's father continues to receive suggestions over social media. We had recently had a couple of leads on Gabriel, and Logan had tried to submit them to the San Antonio Police Department and the FBI, like contacting both of the numbers that he had, and nobody answered him back, recalls Gabriel's aunt, Sandy Peters. When McQueary's aunt, Sandy Peters, didn't hear from law enforcement, she contacted an Arizona investigator who had been investigating Johnson for kidnapping the youngster. She inquired as to who the point of contact at SAPD was now that the detective who claimed to be working on the matter now works in the chief's office. So she sent me a name and a phone number in San Antonio and said, "This is who your contact person should be," Peters says. Peters was told to contact the SAPD's Missing Persons Unit after speaking with that officer. Peters was caught off guard when he received a call from a civilian employee at Missing Persons. He came back and said, "We've never had a missing persons case on him," Peters said. "Do you think that's okay?" Yami inquires. "How is it possible?" Peters asks. After the family contacted Fox San Antonio in May of last year, the chief agreed to an interview. "The chief will not provide an interview on this matter," the chief remarked, contradicting what McManus's officer and civilians told to the family and missing persons. "The chief will not provide an interview on this case. There are no new developments to report. The SAPD Missing Persons Unit is continuing to follow up on any tangible leads that come in collaboration with NCMEC, Police Department of San Antonio." The family calls again, unsure what to do, but this time they record the call. "You guys aren't doing anything," Sandy Peters says. "It's not that we don't do anything, it's that we can't, dispatcher. This isn't our situation." This time, the Missing Persons Unit of the SAPD informs Gabriel's family that they have no case against him. In May of last year, Fox San Antonio announced that Elizabeth Johnson, the mother of missing baby Gabriel, was pregnant again. When Gabriel's father's stunned relatives discovered her pregnant bikini photos, the story went viral, spreading as far as England. New tips began pouring in through the family's social media sites and the Center for Missing and Exploited Children as a result of the story. The family attempted to contact the San Antonio Police Department after receiving tips, but were told that SAPD was not investigating. "Okay, it appears that the case is still active out of Tempe," the dispatcher says, "so he's still trying to get out of Tempe." Sandy: "So you're saying that if I need to talk to someone, I should call someone in Arizona rather than Texas?" "Yes, ma'am," says the dispatcher. "He was reported missing out of Arizona, to be sure. This is the scenario in Arizona right now. They're not going to release him unless they know where he is." After 11 years of being assured by both Tempe Police and SAPD that the baby Gabriel missing persons case was in their hands, it was abruptly assigned to Tempe, Arizona. For the past 11 years, I've been attempting to comprehend it. Some of your investigators who were working on the case early on assured us that you guys had the case. And now I'm learning that there was never a case in the first place. It's like if it's causing my heart to race out of my chest, Peters states. Gabriel's aunt is Sandy Peters. Since Gabriel's disappearance, she has been assisting his father, Logan McQueary. This conversation with missing persons lasted 31 minutes. The civilian in the unit provided Peters a long list of reasons why Tempe Police would have told them that SAPD had the file for over a decade. They could be a little confused because their missing persons case and their homicide case overlap, the dispatcher says. No, he hasn't been forgotten, the dispatcher says, and the case is still with Tempe. Dispatcher, I'll take a look around and see if I can find out whether there's another department that's been dealing with him, but not in terms of a missing persons case. There isn't one, Sandy says. I'd start routing those things towards Tempe for the time being, the dispatcher says. The family is shocked, and they want answers and accountability if none of the more than 25,000 reports regarding Gabriel that the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children claims they've received have been investigated. So I went to San Antonio Missing Children and questioned this individual. So what's going on with those leads? Are you guys keeping an eye on them? Why would we look at them there, he asked. It isn't our situation, Peters says. The San Antonio Police Department offered an interview with the lieutenant in charge of the Public Information Office in June of last year. In addition, baby Gabriel's father now wants the inquiry to be transferred to a different agency. Logan McQueary's family continues to maintain a Facebook page dedicated to Gabriel. Any suggestions are welcome to be sent there. After spending time for custodial interference, Johnson is finally free. She is married and has no children. She lives in New Mexico. You have to wonder if Johnson still believes her son is alive and well after 11 years. Do you believe Gabriel is still safe? The detective inquired. Yes, I still believe Gabriel is secure, Johnson stated. The video for today has come to an end. What are your thoughts on the case? Do you believe Gabriel is still alive? Tell us all about it in the comments area below, and while you're at it, give us a like. We hope you enjoyed seeing this video. To view more of this type of content, subscribe to our channel and press the bell button. We'll see you in the future videos. Thanks for watching.